Neve, on your watch.
Check this out.
Go.
8
Debate.
seasons, 6 league titles. In a short period of time as well. Pep Guardiola, if you think about him as a manager, he's had more iconic seasons than Fergie ever did. He's obviously got a better title win percentage. He's got 100 points, Centurions, that was unprecedented, followed up by 98 points. A domestic treble as well, that season that Fergie said was never possible, that he could never win. He then won the treble, and ours was better than United's. 1, because it was in this millennium, and 2, because we beat United on the way to doing it. And not only that, we did it after 12 seconds into the FA Cup final we scored. So you've got that. Fergie broke the transfer record countless times. Pep did it once, Jack Grealish, and a lot of people would question that signing. I personally wouldn't, but people are going to say Pep Guardiola, the style of play, everyone across the whole country, across the whole world, wants to play Pep Guardiola's style of play. Did anyone want to play Fergie's style of play? Or was it just lastminute.com and sign the best player in the league again? He did it with Van Persie.
Do you agree with this rubbish?
Andy Cole, breaking the transfer record. Pep Guardiola, you question the funds. I've already given you the facts there.
Let me know, people. Let me know if you agree with what this guy is saying. Basically saying Pep is better than Sir Alex.
Pep Guardiola.
Forgot to mention Alonso, Maresca and Arteta as well. Who did Fergie make? Gary Neville?
It's going to be...
Wow.
Look, this is why Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager ever. All right, so there's no debate. Sir Alex, Pep, forget about it. Red Devils, listen, let's remind this lot how and why Sir Alex is the GOAT. All right, basically, he made Old Trafford a fortress, right? He made Old Trafford be dynasty that it is now. We're able to continue to use our clout to sign the best players. Listen, we've gone over, 10 years, we haven't won anything as far as Premier League or anything like that, but we're still able to sign the biggest and the greatest. And all these players, they come to say, you know what? It's Man United. It's Manchester United. So listen. So look, man, Sir Alex Ferguson, 13 Premier League titles, 2 Champions Leagues, and a treble in '99. Who does that? I know Pep, did it, whatever, but still. All right, listen. Fergie took United from 0 to heroes, right? It raised legends like Giggs, Scholesy, Beckham, Keno, you name it, right? Even, listen, he was able to beat Real Madrid with Aberdeen. No budget. Listen, Aberdeen, it's not like they had a bunch of money and all this stuff, but people forget. Real Madrid lost to Sir Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen. All right? Listen, now, of course, Pep brought in the whole tiki-taka, which is cool, but Fergie had Fergie time, right? He had Fergie time. Now, which is, listen, it is unstoppable, all right? He outsmarted his rivals for 27 years, all right? Pep got big bucks. Fergie had heart, all right? So listen, I ask you guys, is Sir Alex Ferguson the greatest? All right, United fans, let us know, yes or no, in the comments below. Now listen, you heard our boy, a Man City fan, talk about Pep. What you all think about that? I know this debate is not going to end here. It's going to continue to forever, right? But you ask any Man United fan out there, who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time? Come on, man. There's no debate. Sir Alex Ferguson, baby. So look, Manchester United international break, right? Manchester United are in international break. So what do? Listen, you go to the office, do work, and then afterwards you come to this hoop here and show people that Luther is a baller. So listen, there are 1, 2, 3, how many? 6 balls. I need you to let me know in the comments how many baskets am I gonna make. All right, simple as that. Boom. Yes, we may be talking about football all the time, where you can call it soccer, but you know what? Your boy got skills. Let's go. All right, 1. 1, baby. All right. Okay, air ball. All right. We're warming up. Don't worry about it. Listen, also, question. The whole Grimsby fielding an illegible player. I mean, I'm kind of feeling like, I wouldn't mind a replay, right? I wouldn't mind them being kicked out. Is it shameful? As a big Man United fan and all, as a big Man United team, shouldn't we be appealing the whole Grimsby thing? I mean, why are we letting it go like, yo, it's okay, right? Listen, man, I'm not going to be shameful here. I want to be in that competition. Yes, we got knocked out by Grimsby, but come on, man, they cheated. That's why we have rules. All right, here you go. Second one. Okay, listen, there's a reason why people play soccer or football rather than basketball, right? That's 2. All right, let's go. All right. 3. I'm warming up. Listen, man, I got skills. Okay. Air ball. All right. 4. Come on. 2 more. Come on. Yeah. I'm on fire. Let's go. Okay, I don't know what happened there. All right, let's go. One more. Okay, one more. Woo. Come on. Let's go. Tell me to stop. Still made it in the wrong basket, but it's all right. Too good. Now listen, back to Man United, right? So, are you part of the folks that say, listen, man, just let it be. We lost, we keep it moving. We are broke, right? Whenever we are in this type of competition, right? This is where it's your chance to make some kind of money, right? So, I mean, should we really be leaving money out there? I mean, ideally, if we play them again, I wish we would just batter them, right? Because, I mean, losing to Grimsby, that was embarrassing, I gotta say. But, yeah, of course, they did, they noticed the error, right? They were like a minute late. I think they had like a midnight deadline, right, to submit the player, and they missed it by a minute, and they self-reported, say, hey, listen, we messed up here. So what did the FA or the Football Association do? They say, you know what? Yeah, you're Grimsby, fine. They hit him with the fine. But I wonder if the shoe was in the other foot, if it was big Man United and all, and we the ones who, made a light error. I wonder if they'll feel the same about us. Because whenever, for some reason, whenever anything it's Man United related, it just goes into exponential, right? Because again, haters are gonna hate. Unfortunately, we ruined a lot of kids' childhood because we were that good back in those days. You know what? I always say I'm not gonna say that again, but yeah, back in those days when you used to be good, yeah, we ruined a lot of childhoods, right? So people are gonna hate us. But yeah, man, I don't know, this Grimsby thing, when I saw the news and I saw reports that Man United, they're not going to pursue an appeal because once the news came down, Man United had like 5 days to appeal. But Man United were like, nah, we're going to take the high road, right? But it's interesting, man. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this. And listen, honestly, international break is for the birds. We just started the league. Why do we have international break already, right? You having me coming here to work and then shooting baskets and stuff, But yeah, man, what else we got going on? Media, they are just like, I think, I don't understand. If one day Man United was not around, I don't know what they will say. This is what Jamie Carragher said. Apparently now there's a big clamor to get Jose Mourinho back in English football. And the reason is because he's box office, right? He comes out with stuff, but, and the guy was a winner. So we always remember Brian Clough when I was a kid and he was speaking. Whenever he's speaking, you listen because he was a winner. And he's saying, look, check what he says about Ruben Amorim. I actually look at it and think if Ruben Amorim wasn't so charismatic in the press conference, if he wasn't he's talking about his looks, right? If he wasn't good looking, basically he's saying that he might have actually lost his job a lot earlier. When you look at the results, they're horrendous. So Jamie Carragher, he's suggesting that the reason Ruben Amorim hasn't lost his job is because his charismatics and because of his looks. Are you serious? I mean, this is the type of stuff that, the mainstream media they're putting out there because of the man's looks, right? That's why he didn't get sacked. I mean, really? So if you are ugly duckling, then you're doomed or whatever. I mean, it's so ridiculous, right? I mean, they just want to say stuff just for the heck of saying stuff. I mean, come on. Really, Jamie? See, they don't see stats like this, right? Check this out. Manchester United in the Premier League this season. I know it's just the beginning, nothing to really write home about. It's not like we won all our games, but look, Man United is first in shots, first in touches in the opponent's box, first in accurate crosses, second in shots on target, second in expected goals, second in accurate long balls, fifth in possession percentage, right? So this is, Ruben Amorim's work. So he's trying to get this team playing properly the way it's supposed to be playing. And I think with time, he's going to get this team where it needs to be, right? We just need to give him time. The only thing is, as a Man United manager, you don't get time like that to be able to implement your style and all this stuff, right? The likes of Arteta, Klopp, they were given time. But being a Man United manager, you're not offered time like that. So that's why sometimes I'm thinking, you find like he kind of struggles, or he cannot really experiment too much with the young kids, because each game is a game that he has to win. So which is pretty mad to think about it, but it just comes with the territory, right? That's why, of course, now with like the likes of Kobe Mainoo, I know Kobe Mainoo was inkling he wanted to leave, and then he was convinced, like, listen, man, you're not for sale, you're not going anywhere, kind of thing, right? But in situations like that, yes, ideally, you would want to play him in a couple of games here and there. But each of these games that we're playing now, Ruben Amorim has to field in players that he trusts, players that he knows they're going to win him the game. So, I mean, in time, I'm thinking, of course, maybe next summer when Bruno leaves, that spot is Kobe's. But, Kobe just has to be patient. He's young, and the good thing is he has the time. The only thing, of course, is he wants to play for the World Cup. So I don't know if he's going to get the game time that he needs, but it's tough being a Man United manager, even player actually, right? Because we saw reports that even Lamens coming in, he's already getting pelters. This guy hasn't even kicked the ball or saved anything. He's already getting pelters, right? So it's pretty much, that's how Man United life is. So if for me, I'll tell Lamens, man, listen, stay away from social media and all this stuff, because welcome to Manchester United. Like, you're scrutinized at the highest level in everything that you do, which is pretty sad, really, if you ask me, right? Other teams don't go through this, but again, that is the price of, being the biggest club in the land, right? And people and social media and everybody out here, they're looking and waiting for us to make a mistake. And because everything that you print, you throw a Man United name on there, better believe it, you're gonna get some clicks, and that's what people want. You want those clips, you want to make your social post and everything go viral and all this stuff, because you threw in Man United's name on there, because it's gonna sell, it's guaranteed. So it's tough, but we shall see, man. We shall see how this whole thing is gonna turn around, and I'm thinking that what I'm seeing with the goalkeeping situation, maybe we don't have a number one. Maybe we're going to go into this after international break. Maybe Ruben Amorim will tell none of these goalkeepers, listen, man, I don't have a number one. I'm going to go based on your performance in training. I need you to show me what you're all about, and then that's how I'm going to pick, meaning Lamens, Onana, and Bayandia. Right now, of course, there are reports out there that Onana could be heading out. Yeah, reports are saying that Man United may offload Andre Onana to Saudi Pro League as part of the shakeup in the goalkeeping options, with the Saudi transfer window open until September 23rd. So we shall see if anything like that will happen. Ideally, I don't see it. Him going to Saudi, because initially in the beginning of the summer, he was linked with Saudi, and then he turned it down. So why would he go now? I have a feeling that I saw some reports earlier too that he could be going to Turkey on loan, which kind of makes more sense, I think, because the Saudi would be like a purchase. So he may be going to Turkey on loan. Ideally, I would send Onana and keep Bayandir, right? Because I've seen a little bit something different from Bayandir this time around when it comes to distribution. So if Onana goes, you keep Bayandir and Lamens, they can fight it out. And we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's one of those. And also, this was another crazy story too I saw earlier. Check this out. Andre Onana came back to Manchester United this summer wanting a new contract, and has been of that view since receiving the standard 25% cut from not qualifying for Champions League. This stance did not go down well with Ruben Amorim. This is according to Laurie Whitwell. Yeah, you come back after having finished 15th, having a terrible season, and you come back, you're asking for more money. Come on, man. You know, read the room, brother. Read the room. So, so yeah. And also, the other reports are saying that apparently Onana coming back, he did not come back fit. So that was another kind of issue with him. So yeah, I mean, interesting stuff, man. These stories keep on coming. And listen, as they come, we're gonna bring them to you. Smash a like, hit that subscribe, hit the follow. I'll see you on the next one. Wait a minute. Before I let you guys go, let's just go over here to the basket. All right, let's just go to the basket and see if we can do a quick, maybe two. Let's go. One. That's one. Forget it. See you later, people. All right, people. Sen Lamens is officially a Red. Sen Lamens is our new Manchester United goalkeeper. So, yeah, this is what happens, man. You know, sometimes you need to exercise, but you also want to ride a scooter. So what do? You ride the scooter like a couple of miles down the street, and then you walk back while pushing the said scooter, even though there's a charge. I know, it's ridiculous. Basically, it's a win-win kind of situation, right? I ride the scooter, I enjoy it, but I also get my steps in, right? That's how you got to do it. All right? That's how you got to do it. Because, you know, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, but I felt like, listen, man, I need to ride that scooter, but I also need to exercise. You know, when you go on the scooter, you're not really doing much, right? But yeah, man. Yeah, Sen Lamens, new Man United goalkeeper. Do you start him against Man City? Because I'm sure a lot of you guys, you have seen the type of goalkeepers that we have in our books, right? Your boy Onans, your boy Bayandier, right? That's what we got. Now, do you throw him into the wolves? You say, Sen Lamens, show us what you got in this derby match. I don't think so. It's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. So if it's not going to start against the City game, what do we do now? We go back to Bayandier? If he's still here, because there is I saw a report that the Turkey window is still open. So there is a chance that, you know, he may actually leave to go to Turkey, right? He may actually leave to go to Turkey. So, I mean, if he leaves, then you know for sure your boy Onans, #1 shot stopper, will be starting that game. Unless Sen Lamens does a really, you know, a madness in training, and then the manager goes like, you know what, forget it, you're starting, right? Ideally, the way they signed Sen Lamens, according to reports, is, you know, we signed him. Obviously, Fabrizio was saying that we did want to sign Emi Martinez, right? But basically, Aston Villa did not want to agree on like a swap kind of deal with Jadon Sancho. Like, not like even swap, like a, you know, like a sale, both sides, but, you know, it could be considered like a swap kind of deal. But Aston Villa did not want to agree on that. So, and of course, we had already started talking to Sen Lamens, and we were like, listen, man, better value for money is Sen Lamens. His salary won't be anywhere close to what Emi Martinez would want at this point in time, right? And again, long-term wise, you know, they figured that, you know what, Sen Lamens is, you know, the better solution, especially even profile-wise, right? Because he's younger. So basically, if you went and signed Dibu Martinez, yeah, with goalkeepers, it's not the same thing, right? Goalkeepers, as you get older, they're usually, it's not like they fall off, right? They can still perform at the highest level. And again, the advantage of bringing in the likes of Dibu Martinez, which is Emi Martinez, he would have been basically ready to go kind of deal, right? You would have brought in
Emi Martinez, okay, Dibu Martinez, Emi Martinez. I think I'm going to go with Emi Martinez. You would have brought in Emi Martinez and would have been able to say, you know what, against that City game, you are starting, buddy, right? And that's the advantage there. You would have brought in someone who is ready to go. You drop him in, boom, you kick on. But Lamens is not, he will take a little bit of time, right? And apparently the idea also was to sign Lamens is because they expect Onana to be gone quite a bit to AFCON, right? And the reason they say quite a bit is because Fabrizio Romano, I think, was saying, or what was I watching? One of the reports, apparently they expect this time around Cameroon to go deep into the competition. So that means there's a good chance that you'll be missing your number one, Onana, for a while. So basically they were saying, you know, cool, let's bring in Lamens. Right now we're bringing him in not really like a number one, right? So he's going to train under Onana, whatever. And then when Onana goes to AFCON, Sen Lamens takes over, right? Takes over, of course, the starting spot. And then we take it from there, right? We take it from there, that kind of situation. So that's why we signed Sen Lamens. So we'll see how it's all going to play out. But it's an interesting signing, Sen Lamens, for sure. I don't know if you guys have checked his comps. You know, he's good. He has this, I think I was watching Stratford Paddock. I forgot the athletics reporter, the guy who does tactics. My bad. One of you guys in the comments will let me know. But he was talking about Lamens. You know, basically he is like a De Gea-esque type of goalkeeper kind of thing, right? Especially some of his saves using his feet, that kind of deal. So, and he's also a good shot stopper, and the guy can actually save penalties, right? So, you know, he's definitely, you know, an interesting one, and also he's also good in the air too, right? So he's able to come out for crosses and stuff like that. But again, he's not really the finished product just yet. Now, is he good playing with his feet? Yeah, I haven't seen much from the comps that I watched. He looked all right. But of course, ideally in this system with Ruben Amorim, I mean, the goalkeeper, you need to be able to distribute very well. And that's when I got to give it to Bayandir. His distribution, especially in that Arsenal game, you know, he did very well. So he was able to find his targets. And this is something that Onana used to be able to do very well as well. But all of a sudden now, Onana cannot distribute for nothing. So it's going to be interesting, this whole goalkeeping situation, right? We're going to see. Oh, yeah, that's Top Golf right there. You can see it. Yeah, let's go. All right, better lighting here. So, yeah, so what I was saying is the whole signing of Sen Lamens, the last signing for this window, I think we're going to see how well he does. Because, again, the goalkeeper can do all this cool stuff on comps. But once you put on that red jersey of Manchester United, that number one jersey can be really heavy on you. But he looks like, I watched the interview he did, his first interview. He looks confident, right? He looks like, again, when he was asked, well, what brought you, like what drew you to the club? He said, again, the aura of the club. That's what everybody says, right? You don't know how big this club is until you get in there. So yeah, he says the aura of the club. He grew up watching Cristiano, you know, when United were, you know what we usually say, you know, back in the days, man, when we were real Man United, we used to win all these games and stuff like that. Yeah, so he remembers those. And he wants to be part of the team that actually brings those days back, right? So again, good to hear. I wish him all the best. I wish him all the best for sure. And basically, the only thing I can say right now is Sen Lamens, welcome to Manchester United, man. Good luck. And listen, I know you're going to do us proud. Peace. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, people. See you next. Yo, people, we got the win. Come on, United. Listen, we got the win, man. Oh, my God. It's so weird. It is Burnley. I know. People be like, yo, man, why are you sitting here celebrating? It's only Burnley. No, we got the win. Listen, we had almost over 20 plus chances. We should have taken them. I know we should have. We are shameful, but oh my days. It's so weird, this feeling, right? Because we've been looking for it for so long when it comes to just winning a simple match. And now, like, it feels like it's something that you never knew you wanted, and now you have it. It feels great. It feels great, mate. I am loving it. Listen, yeah, we're criminals. We should definitely learn to take our chances. It should not be this difficult to beat Burnley at home, right? But we did play. In my opinion, we played well. We pretty much, I would say, we dominated the game. I think even the first half. The first half we looked pretty decent, stringing passes together with no issues. Yeah, I mean, honestly, of course, the lineup was kind of crazy starting Cunha instead of Šeško, right? Ideally, you would thought, you know what, you would start Šeško in this game, but he didn't do it. Cunha he looked pretty good. Cunha had to come out with an injury. I don't know, it looked like hamstring kind of thing. So I don't know if it's that bad, but it's also kind of not necessarily it's very convenient that we're going to international break, right? That way he can actually have time to recover. So hopefully by the time we come back to the Premier League, he's going to be almost fit or something like that. But, listen, Xerxes looked pretty sharp in this game coming in that to replace Cunha. Mason Mount, you see why the manager likes Mason Mount. He gives you that fire, that energy in that 10 position. So I hope that Mason Mount stays fit this season, and we can be able to see him more. Luke Shaw, again, I think he didn't do much wrong, because again, a lot of people always go to like Luke Shaw is like, why is he still here kind of thing, he should be gone. But Luke Shaw looked pretty decent. Of course, the first goal ruled an own goal, right? But you know what, Mbeumo did what Mbeumo did. Beautiful goal. Listen, I think Mbeumo is gonna do all right. It's going to do all right. And once Cunha gets off the mark, yeah, we're going to, those two are going to cook, right? Of course, Šeško coming into the game at that, was that 60th minute. He got a couple of headers, again, the whole point, I think what AKS 97 was saying, big up to AKS 97, but putting this point was that, listen, Šeško is still young. He's slowly trying to bring him into the game. So there's no need to really pressure him to start a whole bunch of games. He can slowly, bet him into the team. So, but yeah, Šeško came in. He did all right. Definitely, we were playing better, right? We were playing better as far as stringing passes. We're not really rushing things. We were finding each other. A couple of mistakes here and there from Bruno, typical Bruno, that kind of got us in trouble. I'm going to have to go and watch the game again to remember exactly what happened. During this game, it kind of felt like I was in a zone or something. Like, I just want this win so badly. And when Burnley kept on coming back and it was 2-2, I was like, come on, man. 2-2 is not good enough. They're still going to kill us in the mains, right? So, again, Ahmad looked really sharp today, right? Ahmad in the Grimsby game, he did not look good. He did not look good in the Grimsby game. Even the Fulham game, he kind of struggled a little bit, in my opinion. But in this game, he looked really sharp. And big up to Ahmad for getting that penalty. And dude, you can feel the Bruno Fernandes was that facing taking that penalty. Dude, end of the game, penalty. Bruno had the ball with him the whole time. I was saying in my live, like, Bruno, make sure you stay away from the ref. Don't let the ref bump you or anything like that. Bruno had the ball on him. He said, listen, he's in the zone. He said, listen, I got this. Ain't going to happen again. I got this. Ain't going to happen again. I got this. Ain't going to happen again. And then Bruno stepped up. And I called it. Bottom left. Go, Bruno. And he did. Ice in his veins. He buried it. Bruno Fernandes, Portuguese Magnifico. Listen, man, what a win. We needed that win. May it continue when we come back after international break. Okay. After international break is Man City. And then Chelsea. You know what? Honestly, I'm not really worried about these big teams because whenever we face these big teams, we usually show up. So I'm not really worried. I think we're going to give City a game, and Chelsea, we're going to give them a game too. So listen, I don't think we're going to lose those games, man. But anyway, we shall see. Good win, people. United. We finally got that win. So if you look at the table now, we lost one, we drew one, we won one. It's not that bad. So that means I am Ruben Amorim in. He's not leaving, people. He's here to stay. Peace out.
Check this right here. Manchester United 8th. City in the mud. Come on.
Basically, after 3 games, Manchester City have less points than Manchester United in the Premier League, people. And yes, it has been back-to-back Premier League defeats by Pep and Man City. And guess what? Who's next? United. Listen, man, City, you don't want to face us right now. All right, let me just move myself around. City, you do not want to face us right now, because coming back from international break, hopefully Cunha is back fit. Hopefully Mason Mount is not badly injured. City, you don't want to see us, man. You don't want to see us. And you know what? Šeško is going to be unleashed on you. Yo, boy. Yeah, I'm here. And this is what Ruben Amorim said on his players. He said, listen, man, when they put on effort in, I will always love them. Even when Ahmad is missing that kind of a goal. I know, man, that was an open goal, Ahmad. Right? I love Ahmad. If he is giving everything, I think we need to understand we always need to be on this level of effort. Exactly, man. If we show effort, nobody's going to say anything about these players, because, you know, it will show that, you know, they're up for it, right? The question is to maintain that consistency. That has been our issue. Oh, this was kind of crazy. Check this out. Manchester United are the first team in the Premier League history to get their first 2 goals of the season via own goal. we keep on breaking history, man. That's what's up. That's what big clubs do. I'm just saying. Bryan Mbeumo, man, this guy, I mean, you can see, look at his face. You can see what it meant to score his first goal for the club. It was incredible, man. Incredible. And I think Bryan Mbeumo is going to be lethal this season, Pete. And listen, how good was this to see Noussair Mazraoui back in the game, man? We really missed him. And you can see when he came into the game, he gives us a different profile, right? He tried to link up with Ahmad on that right-hand side. He looked pretty good, man. May he stay fit. That's what we want. He stays fit. Then it's another option in that back 3, or even as a wing back, right wing back. He can play it. Noussair Mazraoui is legit a baller. Yo, listen, this guy Šeško, look at this leap, man. Look at that leap up there. If he only directed that ball downwards, he could have scored. But he put this on his Instagram. First win, big boost, and great support from the fans. We'll build on this. Thanks, Old Trafford. That's what's up, man. Dude is soaking in the vibes of being the 9 for Manchester United. Love it. And my captain, Bruno Fernandes. Look at that. When he scored that penalty, right? Everybody you felt the sense of relief, and it's as if we won like a trophy, right? It was crazy feeling. And my manager, man, he was just chilling. It's like, listen, from this picture, he was like, yeah, man, I wasn't really looking at the penalty. He was looking at the fans to see the reaction. That's what he was chilling. He said, listen, I'm not going to worry about it, man. Bruno is Bruno. Bruno's going to do a Bruno thing, and he's going to put it away, right? So, yo, this picture here is nice. And this is true here. Amorim was saying that we missed one more guy capable of stretching the team like Bryan Mbeumo. Absolutely, right? You get that from the likes of if you play Ahmad as your wing back. So we needed one to actually stretch the game on that left-hand side. Dalot really doesn't do it. So it's crucial. I think that's why he likes playing Manny Mace or even Dorgu. Dorgu stretches the play big time on that left-hand side. So listen, man, glory, Man United. See you in the next one. Okay, Ruben Amorim retains the backing of Manchester United Football Club board and will be in charge for the Saturday match against Burnley. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is prepared to give Amorim time to turn things around at Old Trafford. And that is according to Hirschklass from United District. Jason Wilcox is thought to be aware of the problems regarding Ruben Amorim's tactics and handling of his players and may move to address these concerns. Now listen, so Jim looks like he is looking to give Ruben Amorim some time. Jason Wilcox is aware of the issues, right? Because again, Ruben Amorim is Ineos, Sir Jim, Barada, Wilcox's choice to basically tear this United up and rebuild it. So he was brought in to rebuild this monster of a club. Now, a lot of managers have failed, right? We have had all the managers, like the experience, like the Mourinhos, the Van Gaal, Ole. We've had them all. And they have failed because one of the reasons could be that they were not backed properly. In my opinion, I think I was really disappointed by Mourinho. I love Mourinho, man. Attitude and everything. I think had Mourinho been backed properly, given the authority like what Ruben has now to get rid of all this dead wood that has been in this team for the longest time and clear out, we could have won some titles. So my question to you, are you at this point, how many games have we played? Okay, fine, we played 3 games. 2 in the Premier League, 1 against the mighty Grimsby. Yo, listen, talking about Grimsby, man. That Grimsby loss yesterday was an absolute humiliation of the highest order. Let's just get it right here, right? Listen, I mean, yeah, today is the day after, the night before, right? I slept on it, woke up. Now, if you ask me, am I as pissed off, disappointed, or I don't know, whatever way you want to call it, compared to how we handed Tottenham a trophy? No, it's not the same level. But the Grimsby one is just, the only thing with that is historic. That will stay on record forever, that we got smashed, knocked out by Grimsby, right? So that will stay in record forever. But yeah, it was terrible settings yesterday. And one thing I can say is you could have seen yesterday, if you look at our manager, Ruben Amorim, after those post-match interviews, you saw a man defeated. You saw a man who has lost confidence on his abilities. You saw a man who, if it was just up to him, I'm thinking he would have said, you know what, forget it. That's it. Packing my bags, I'm going home forever. Like, I'm not coaching this team anymore. Because whatever coaching we do, Carrington, whatever work we do, these players, it kind of course, it's all mentality wise, right? Everything they do, whatever they work on, come game time, that is out of the window, right? So the way, from what I understood with some of those quotes, is like, listen, I mean, I don't know what to do with these players, man. You know, we work on what we need to work on, and then come game time, they just don't know how to apply it. How do you fix that, right? How do you fix that? That is the problem, because, yeah, some people are calling for his head. Fine, you're going to get rid of him, right? Who are you going to bring in? Let me know in the comments. Who is your choice to replace Ruben Amorim if he gets sacked, right? Now, is he going to get sacked? In my opinion, I don't think so. From the way he was talking yesterday, it's as if he most likely is going to end up resigning. Which, if he does resign, I mean, that will be, you know, it will be very, it will be the right thing to do, because ideally, I don't want another manager to be sacked. But if he feels that he's not up for the task, up for the job, and he wants to pack his bags and roll out, yeah, that's cool. There's not much you can do about it, right? And, you know, then we go in the same cycle again. We're going to try to get another manager. But again, if we don't get rid of the issues that we have at the club, you can go in, a lot of people are talking about Xavi Hernandez, you can bring in Zidane, they're all going to fail, because the issue is, it's the players, first of all, the culture, it's a lot of issues at our club. You know, we are rotten, right? So a lot of these managers, if they come, they're going to fail, right? It's so crazy. Yesterday on my live, I decided to say, hey, listen, let me go to ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT is going to recommend which manager to replace Ruben Amorim if he gets sacked. Number 1, guess, Gary Neville, sir. Gary Neville. Tell me that, you know what, Gary Neville, because of his, because right now when under a lot of turmoil, you need a manager who can come and calm things down. You know, Gary Neville is like a politician, right? He's going to calm things down. You know, he doesn't really have much tactics, but, you know, he can play simple things and to, you know, basically to calm the ship down. You know, so in my life, I was like, you're going to bring, the odds of Gary Neville coming to coach Man United, if they bring him in, I think there's going to be some riots, man. There's going to be some riots in the streets, because you get rid of Amorim, you bring in Gary Neville. But I don't think that's going to happen, because the emails, they're plugged in. They know what's going on in the streets, that the fans don't want even to entertain that idea of Gary Neville. No, Gary Neville, I mean, what am I saying, Gary Neville? Gareth Southgate, people. Gareth Southgate, sorry. Sir Gareth Southgate. Yeah, so I don't know what I was smoking there. Gary Neville, oh my God. Please, no. Gary Neville, they were talking about Ruben Amorim and Gary Neville's win record. You know, I think our boy Ruben Amorim win record is worse than Gary Neville, I think, right? If I'm not mistaken, check it out. But no, Gareth Southgate, Gareth Southgate. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that dude. Now, I don't know, man. Listen, I'm willing to say, you know what? Let's give him to December and see what happens. If he wants to stay, if he wants to go, fine. You know, there's not much you can do about it, right? But if he's he's willing to stay and the board is willing to back him, yeah, man. I mean, I'm sick and tired of this sacking managers and start the process all over again. You know, you got to give him time, right? You know, it's cliche, I know, like Rome was not built in a day, but these people need time. They need time to implement their way of playing. I know people say, Luther, what are you talking about? Time, how many games do you want to give this guy? He's already played over 35, close to 40 games. You know, look at his record. You know, I know he has broken all the records. The records are terrible. I know, but still, I want to give him time. I know, call me stubborn, right? Now that I've slept on it, I'm like, listen, man, we cannot restart this thing again. All right? You guys let me know what you think, man. Are you Amorim in, Amorim out? Are you willing to go on that hamster wheel again and start the process all over again? And if you want to get rid of him, who do you want to bring in? Again, people, it's only 3 games in. Grimsby, fine, historic. And then the Premier League games that we played, 2 of them. Yeah. And you know how many goals we conceded? We conceded how many goals? 4? And the 3 of those goals were goalkeeping mistakes. So I'm thinking, give this guy a goalkeeper. Hopefully Lamens comes in. He has to start. And then get him a midfielder and see what can be done. So that's what I'm saying, man. Let me know what you think, people. It is frustrating. It is dark out here as far as Man United community. The haters are loving us, seeing us again in the mud. The media, they're having a field day because everything they put out there, they get the clicks. So it is frustrating. But listen, people, if you're feeling stressed out, just switch off, man. And this, Ruben Amorim had his press conference today, right, for the game against Burnley. He was asked a couple of questions because obviously everybody's wondering, dude, what were you saying? So one of the questions was, after the defeat against Grimsby, you made a few comments about something needing to change, and the players spoke very loudly about your performance. You also said you have time to think, and I appreciate you were emotional after the Grimsby game, but you said after the Burnley game, you'd have time to think in the international break. I was just wondering, are you planning to have some conversation with the director of football, Jason Wilcox? This was a reporter asking. I don't remember who he was. This is his answer. His answer was, I always have conversations with them, right? I am focusing on this game, and I need to live this day by day. I'm understanding that, and I am going to be like that all the time. So prepare yourself, reporters. Don't just take whatever I say as gospel. Things can change. My man is simply saying, I can be flip-flopping every day. Another question was, I take on board what you're saying, but what you said, people think you could walk away on Sunday. It brings an air of uncertainty. Are you aware of that? Do you have to accept that is part of your emotion? Ruben Amorim's answer was simple. He said, listen, if you are one way and if you have this kind of behavior, you have to understand that you have things that are good and with you good with, and they have others that are on the flip side of a coin. All right. I know you have a lot of experienced people talking about the way I should perform with the media, to be more constant, to be more calm. I am not going to be like that. I'm going to say that sometimes I hate my players. Sometimes I love my players. Sometimes I want to defend my players. This is my way of doing things, and I'm going to be like that. All right. And I felt like that in that moment after that Grimsby defeat. I was so frustrated and annoyed. And he continued to say, listen, to be really honest, every time that we have a defeat like that in the future, I'm going to be like that. I'm going to say sometimes I hate my players. Sometimes I love my players. Sometimes I want to defend my players. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I want to be there for 20 years. All right. Sometimes I love to be with my players. Sometimes I don't want to be with my players. So again, I need to improve on that. It's going to be hard, but now I'm good with the next one. So another question was asked like this and explained to me more about the context of the Grimsby defeat. He said, listen, I felt that we had a very good preseason. We were playing better. We were being consistent in the way we played. We played badly for 30 minutes against Fulham. And that kind of performance against Grimsby, I was really disappointed with everything. But now it's a new game. We focus on that. So he was also asked about this major question that everybody's been talking about, the future of Kobbie Mainoo. Apparently we heard reports yesterday that Kobbie Mainoo went to the office and spoke to the leadership, Amorim, Wilcox, and them saying, hey, listen, man, I want to go out on loan, right? Apparently Kobbie asked that. So the reporter is asking about the future of Kobbie Mainoo. The boss says this, until it's official, I cannot say much. I want Kobbie Mainoo to stay. He needs to fight for his place. We need Kobbie Mainoo. I understand that the players who aren't playing in this moment are disappointed. You have to fight during the week. Of course, he continues saying, listen, when he was asked about the Grimsby defeat and the manner we lost, he says, listen, I think that is the hardest part of the defeat. Sometimes it is not the result, it is the way we lost that game or drew the game, right? It's the small things, fighting for the ball, running, doing the basics. That's what was really frustrating him. So basically at this point, I can say that he's not going to quit, right? He's not going to quit. I know after that loss, you know, a lot of people were like, listen, man, this guy's going to pack his bags and roll out. it doesn't look that way, right? It doesn't look like it's going to do that. Now, of course, it is crucial. It is vital. It is the most important thing against Burnley on tomorrow on Saturday. We win that game. We cannot go into international break on a loss, right? Because a lot of the fans, they're already right now in this mood, right? Everybody was up in arms saying, listen, man, this guy needs to be sacked. He's not up for the job, right? So we need that win to kind of help us deal with the international break better, all right? But I don't think he's going to be sacked. We see reports that the Sir Jim and the hierarchy, they are backing him. Again, we got to remember, it's only it's been 2 games in the league, right? We lost against Arsenal. Even though we lost properly because we actually showed effort. We drew against Fulham. Again, we did not show up, but we drew that game, but the performance was crap, right? So Grimsby, again, that's another one. Of course, it's historical that we lost against Grimsby, but you know, it's disappointing. But so we need that Burnley win big time, and we can beat Burnley, right? Even though our performance at home is not the greatest, but we have to win this game, right? I'm going to drop my predicted lineup over here. It's going to be on goal. I think, man, listen, Ruben, whatever you do not start Onana, right? I'll go with Bandier. Better yet, no, you know what? I'm going to go with Heaton, right? Start Heaton. Be on the safe side. Start Heaton and see what's what. Hopefully, we may get something. We may get some info here when it comes to Saint Lemans coming in, right? We shall see. But he's not going to be available for Saturday, of course. So I'm going to go with Heaton. Right, my back 3, I'm going to bring back the regular back 3 of Luke Shaw, De Ligt, and Euro. Right, my midfield 2, it has to be Casemiro again, and it may revert it back to Bruno. Right, and then Dorgu on the left, and then Ahmad on the right, wing back, and then my 2 10s, Cunha and Bumo up top. You have to start Šeško. That's my lineup. Let me know what's yours. Score prediction: Man United 2, Burnley 1. We get the win at home. Then happy days into international break. Let me know. Leave a comment, smash a like, hit the subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Manchester United failed in the transfer window. Manchester United failed in the transfer window to sign a midfielder. Manchester United had identified that a midfielder is a #1 priority for our team, and Ineos failed to deliver a midfielder for Ruben Amorim. According to reports, this was from Fabrizio, was saying that we tried to bring in Humeland, right? They had multiple discussions about Humeland from Sporting, right? And that deal failed because Sporting, after them offloading Gyökeres to Arsenal, right? They did not want to lose another key player, right? So that failed. And then, you know, there was a conversation on Baleba, right? We had, you know, a long time in that summer window, we were like, yeah, man, I'm a Baleba in. Baleba is the one, you know, that also went on for the longest time. And of course, we get reports that Brighton, they're not willing to budge on their price, and Man United is not willing to, you know, break the bank and pay that 100 million plus for him, which, you know, it would have been definitely a absolute bargain, because that is a player that we need, right? We need in that position. Like the midfield is what is really going to kill us, right? If it doesn't, because it wasn't addressed, right? And then we hear reports that as we getting closer to the close of the window, we hear that we tried to bring in Conor Gallagher, right? Now, of course, these are all different profile of midfielders. Now, of course, at the beginning of the window, if you told me, you know what, we're going to get Humeland, I'll be, you know, more than excited about him, because, again, it's going to be another player who has worked in an Amorim system, and, you know, he'll be able to do a job for us, right? And then, of course, Baleba, intensity, he'll be able to marshal that midfield big time, because especially if you're dealing with the likes of Bruno, who vacates the midfield, you needed a player like Baleba to pretty much do that. You remember like how N'Golo Kante used to be, right? To be able to cover a huge amount of space, which is something that Casemiro cannot do whenever Bruno vacates the midfield, right? And of course, Conor Gallagher is another one who gives us that intensity. But just the fact that we were not able to deliver that, you could say that you know, Ineos did not back the manager fully, right? Because they brought in a manager who plays a completely different style, and they had the responsibility of making sure that they bring him the targets that he wanted, right? Now, of course, what will happen is when we get exposed, which we will, unfortunately, in some of these big games, and we end up Ruben ends up failing, and he loses his job. At the end of the day, it's going to fall on Ruben because, again, he kind of pointed the Ineos team to the right targets. I want him, and him. They were not able to deliver. So, yeah, what will happen is if we get exposed and we're killed in the games, it's going to fall on Ruben. But at the end of the day, if you look at the big picture, it is, it's Ineos are the ones to blame, right? Because they did not deliver on that specific department, right? So it is definitely frustrating knowing that we're going to get back into the swing of things after the international break. And listen, people, tell me, man, don't you guys dislike, I was going to use hate. I don't want to use hate. Don't you guys dislike the whole international break thing, man? We just started 3 games in, boom, international break. But it is what it is, right? But yeah, so whenever I think of that the midfield situation at Manchester United, it is frustrating that we had targets and we couldn't address those targets and be clinical, right? Especially after finishing 15th, you knew that, listen, we had to go out there hard and make sure we get these targets and plug the gaps, right? Now, yeah, we one of the targets was you needed the 10s. Now we got 2 10s, amazing 10s, right? Cunha and Bumo. Talking about Bumo is firing, man. Bumo is firing. I think he played again yesterday. I think it was 90 minutes for Cameroon, which he got an assist and I think a goal and assist. Check me on that if I'm not. I may be wrong, but again, he looks like he's firing, right? I'll drop a screenshot here on his. I think he has 4 goals and assists or something like that, which is pretty dope for Bumo. It looks like he's finding his feet. May he continue, because listen, last season I think Bumo, I saw somewhere that he had the best crosses in the whole league or something like that. So imagine him once Šeško gets on par with his what is it? I want to say Šeško gets fit, because for Šeško, I don't care what people say, he did not look like he was fit. But once he gets up to speed, and Bumo, of course, now we're seeing that he's able to really, get into the groove of things. He scored a couple of goals and assists and all that. He's going to be able to put in those crosses for that 6.5 monster to get on them. I think Šeško is going to cook. A lot of people, they're already kind of writing Šeško off, like, yo, this guy is not it. But I think Šeško is going to turn good, man. You guys let me know what you think. But yeah, we got the Cunha. Also, is going to be good to help. I like that the fact that we got reports that Cunha's injury, the hamstring injury, was not as bad as it was expected. So we may have him back maybe in a couple of weeks, right? I don't know if he's going to start for that City game, because that's another one that we're looking at. I don't think he's going to start in that City game, but even if he makes the bench, man, it's cool. But yeah, so I was saying, yeah, Ineos delivered that. They delivered Šeško as well. Fine, but did we really have to get the 2 10s immediately? Couldn't we have used some of that money to secure the midfield, and then whatever money we're left with, we could have gone for that another 10, right? Because we could have gotten maybe like one 10 and then address the midfield, all right? Get the keeper, and then whatever else we have, then we can go and get another 10 or something like that. But you know what? It's neither here nor there, right? It happened. But it is frustrating that we did not address the midfield, and we are going to regret it. I saw Casemiro yesterday, played for Brazil, and we see reports that he played all right. I think he played like 60 minutes. He played all right. Just the fact that he's still considered a crucial player for Brazil, it kind of gives me some kind of hope that, of course, international football is different, that he may be able to play a role in this Premier League season for us, right? Because I guess we don't have any choice. But of course, we have Manu over there. So really, Ruben needs to find a solution for that midfield in the meantime and see what works. We saw reports like yesterday. I think people are suggesting Kone. Kone is still young. Once I think he had an injury. I think a facial injury. Once that is healed, they are thinking that maybe Kone could provide a cover in that midfield for the meantime. Now, of course, it will take him a while. He's young, to really build up to the first team. But Kone is highly rated. So we may have to find a solution from within until maybe January. If things get really worse, maybe we can go in and get a midfielder. But I don't know. I think mostly we may wait until the summer to go in hard for Balabes to address that midfield. And of course, in the summer, we're going to be losing Casemiro. According to Fabrizio Romano, it looks like Casemiro will be leaving. Obviously, contract is over. He's going to leave. And we could be losing Bruno as well to Saudi. Who knows? And maybe we may still get some money from the Saudis and really focus on that midfield. So now at that point, we will need 2 midfielders. You guys let me know who are the midfielders that you want. For me, one of them is absolutely Balabes. Let me know which is the second one. Maybe Wharton. Balabes and Wharton would really cook. Of course, you bring in Balabes, you partner him with Kobe Mainu. That will work as well. So it's a lot of things that needs to be addressed. But you know what? We keep it moving. No excuses, Ruben Amorim. He has to deliver this season. People, smash a like, hit the subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.
So listen, Ruben Amorim has been clear with Manchester United management board and with the whole idea of Andre Onana that he does not see Andre Onana as a starting goalkeeper this season. Right? So what do? Well done. If the manager tells the board he's not my starting goalkeeper, the board, you back the manager and you make a move happen. And that is what we got with Andre, the #1 shot stopper, Onana. That's how I call it. So listen, reports, in case you missed it, it says like this. Andre Onana agrees to join Trabzonspor. It's a here we go. This is of yesterday, right? Happy days. I will drink to that. Goodbye, Onana. Fabrizio Romano is saying that all contracts are now signed on player side, waiting on counter approval from Trabzonspor, and next week he will be traveling, right? Report continues saying deal done on loan from Manchester United as revealed on Saturday. No buy option or a loan fee, right? So Andre Onana is gone, has left the building. Now, of course, you're saying, you know what, man, we should be getting a loan fee or like a light buy option. You know what I mean? It would be nice, right? It would be nice, but that is not what happened here, all right? What happened here is we just needed him, honestly, to be gone from our club, right? ASAP, and that's what they did, all right? Now, there's some reports out there that Onana, you guys remember, right? When Onana came back from, I think, the summer break, there were some reports out there that he went and talked to the ownership, like he went and knocked on Ruben's office. Hey, Ruben, can I talk to you for a second, boss? Yeah, he said, hey, Gaffer, listen, man, I need some money. I need some extra money, right? Because obviously, if we're not in the Champions League, obviously his pay cut dropped, right? His weekly wages dropped because we're not in the European competition. And that's what happens across the board. This is the contracts that we give these players. If we're in Europe, you get a boost. If we don't, it drops. So with Onana, he was like, yo, man, listen, the money went down. Can I get a raise? I bet listen, if this was talking to Ruben Amorim, I bet Ruben Amorim was like, so, Andre, you are asking for a raise? Get out of my office. Get out. I don't know if he said that, but I can imagine, even if he didn't say that, right after Andre left, he reached the phone and says, listen, Barada, Wilcox, get this guy out of my club. Get this guy out of my team. The kind of season we've had last season, finished 15th, he being part of the reason why we were that terrible in goal, and you're asking for a pay rise? Are you kidding me? So obviously, I don't know if it went like that, but that'll be interesting if it did. So here's the thing, though. This move to Trabzonspor, so according to Athletic, right? Sources close to Onana say the goalkeeper will earn almost double at Trabzonspor than he did with Manchester United. The Turkish club has agreed to cover Onana's Man United salary in full, but the player can earn more due to added bonuses. Trabzonspor and United reached an agreement on loan deal, and Onana was considering it, but now it looks like he was convinced to take the move to Trabzonspor, so that is done. But yeah, my man, he's getting a pay rise, right? Imagine this, man. You're trying to leave the club, and then you're securing the bag. My man, Onana. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what? Here's the thing. The reason that I am happy for Onana is I'm happy that he's leaving our club. I'm happy that we're not going to have that, when we're doing the scope, we're doing the starting lineup prediction or whatever, we're not going to have that Onana could be starting in this game, right? Because honestly, beginning of this season, I did not think Bayern would be ahead of Onana, right? But of course, the manager has shown, listen, if I don't trust you, you are not starting in my team, right? So he prioritized Bayern as his number one. Now, of course, now we have Lamens in, so the number one shirt is there for the taking. Now, the question that I need to ask you people is this: Man City this weekend coming up, next game, Manchester Derby. Who do you start in goal? Do you go with Bayern, Premier League proven, tried and tested, even though crap as well, but at least he knows what to expect in these big games, right? You as Ruben Amorim, do you start Bayern? Do you go with Bayern knowing that, listen, when those crosses come, he can be flapping out there, and then he make a mistake, Man United fans, they're going to be on your case, right? Do you do that? Or you say, you know what, to heck with it. I signed this new goalkeeper. I've seen him training for like 2 weeks at Carrington. I know he hasn't had any games. I am starting him. Baptism of fire. Go out there and show me what you got, right? Now, of course, you throw Lamens in there, and Lamens has a stinker of a day. A couple of things would happen. He's going to be killed in the socials as well. You already know the haters already killing him on the socials, saying, yeah, why are we signing this guy? He's not good, whatever. Imagine if he has a stink of a day at the City ground, right? A stink of a day, like you remember, guys, Patrice Evra had one of those days, right? He was yanked at halftime. Imagine he has one of those days, right? How is that going to affect him mentally, right? Your first game for the club, you have a stinker, So again, Ruben Amorim is going to be blamed. Say, yo, what are you doing? How do you start this guy in such a pressure cooker type of game like a Man City, right? He hasn't had any Premier League games, so he really should not be starting this game, right? You should have started Altay Bayern. So if you think about it, it's like a lose-lose or whatever. Like, it's crazy type of situation. You guys let me know, what do you do here? Do you start Bayern or do you start Lamens? You ask me, as sure as hell I start Lamens in this game, right? I definitely start Lamens in this game. So check this out. These are the boom boom laser sticks, right? Basically, listen, man, if you stuff your nose kind of thing, if you want to take your nasal breathing to the next level, check this out. They come in a pack. I'm going to link them. All right. Check them out. Listen, they have 4 kinds here. You got the mint, tropical, winter mint, and lavender. All right. My favorite is the mint. Listen, these are incredible. Just open like that. And then, like, it clears everything. And listen, it's one of those things that it gives you that, like, a slight energy boost if you need to get that pick me up. But anyway, back to Manchester United. So who do you start? So let me know in the comments below. All right, who are you going to start in this? Now, listen, in other news, I really liked what I heard today from Fabrizio Romano, right? We know one part in our department that was not backed is the midfield, right? The window is closed. We're not going to get a midfielder now. But according to Fabrizio Romano, right, he's saying that a new midfielder will join Manchester United in 2026 January. All right. It remains to be seen if the top is going to be a top player like Baleba level, or is going to be an opportunity like Conor Gallagher kind of situation. So, but according to Fabrizio Romano, we are getting a midfielder in 2026 January. What do you guys think about that? I think Ineos and the whole Barada and the entire team, they are cooking slowly. They're backing this manager by getting him what he needs. And listen, I think the rebuild has officially started from the outgoings that went out this window, which I think the outgoings to me were more important than the incomings. But we see them, they were being shipped out of our club. And the amount of money that we've saved just for the salary is incredible. I think it's close to like $1 million a week or something like that. Crazy money. Big up to Ineos. I'm boosted with this window. Just the fact that we got rid of Onana, I'm going to upgrade my rating from this window from 7.5 to 8. We just need that midfielder.